Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. I am here with one of my mega charm packs. Made these not too long ago. They've been through my exclusive shoppers and now they have made their way to eBay. The leftovers. I have, at the time that I'm recording this, I have 7 left. This is November 9, 2024, so if you are watching in the future, they're probably no longer available. I did all the cutting. There is 100 pieces per pack with no duplicates. You get 100 different prints. I will show you the prints at the end in a slideshow. You'll see all the different prints, and they're also in the eBay listing, and the link for the eBay listing is in the description of this video. So you can go on over and buy one if you want. I did the cutting, rotary cutting. I do the best job that I can. I am human. And Joe did all the sorting and stacking. So I have 7 left. Go grab one if you want. I am going to show you what you can do with 96 of these. There's 100. It's going to make a very small little quilt, but that's okay. Maybe for a lap quilt, a pet, a child's doll, whatever. What I have done is I've already done some of the work, so I don't have to do so much while I'm recording. And I was using just the scrappiest of scraps. The prints are horrendous. I decided to go with those because I just didn't want to make more. But let's just start with 2 squares, 2 5-inch squares. You're going to want to pull out 48 squares that are going to be the center of the block, and then 48 squares that we are going to be cutting, and we're going to do that opening up and pressing, and then we'll be putting those into 4 patches, and that's going to be the finished block. So we'll just take it one step at a time. You're going to take 2 of your 5-inch squares. On one of them, you're going to mark an X. We've done this trick plenty of times, and I already did it, so I don't have to keep getting up to do things. You're going to do a diagonal X, and what I do is this extra step. When I'm drawing the line, I put my ruler down and I take my rotary cutter and I just cut a little bit this way, and then on this line this way. So it opens like this. See what we got going on there? That's going to make it easier to finish cutting this after we sew it to this guy. So you're going to put your right sides together, and you're going to sew around 1/4 of an inch or a little bit less maybe. Don't go wide with your 1/4 of an inch. You don't want a generous 1/4 of an inch because we're trying to keep as much size as possible. So 1/4 of an inch or a little smaller. I'm going all the way around. You can go off if you want and then get back on and off. I stop and I turn. Now we have this, and you can see it's going to be easy for me to stick my scissors in there to finish cutting on the lines. Make sure you don't cut your little tips off, so bring your scissors up and just go right to the corner. Here too, and here, and here. I'm going to go press this open. You end up with something like this. And again, I have done this before with you. At this point, you can trim. Try to get it to 6 inches square. If your 1/4 of an inch was too generous, you're not going to be able to probably get 6. But if you have to do like 5 3/4 or whatever, just do the best you can. What I do is I put this point on one of my lines on my mat and this point on the other side of it. So that would be the center, and then I count over 1, 2, 3, and I trim, and then on this side I count over 1, 2, 3, and I trim. That gives me 6 inches, and then I turn, and I do the same. I put these 2 points, I know you can't really see, I'm going to back you up a little bit, on one line, and then I count 1, 2, 3, trim, 1, 2, 3, trim, and you have a 6-inch square. I guess I should have mentioned, when you cut your first sides, like you had those points on the line and you cut here and here, well, you're going to lose your points on those sides. So when you do it, you just, you can tell where the center of that is. And you just line it up on a line, and then you trim on the other sides. Now, yes, you're going to lose your points, and let's just pretend that is absolutely what we want to do because we're going to even lose them a little bit more. So you're going to make 48 blocks like this, and then you're going to turn them into 4 patches. I made 4 previously using the scrappiest of my scraps, so please, please, please don't think I would put these prints together. One is even a soccer print, but I just didn't want to start over because I'm trying to keep my videos shorter. It's to show you the outcome of like how what the secondary prints are, patterns I should say. So you would make 12 blocks like this, and you can see these are the centers that we started with, and what happens is it ends up making a little square in the center, and when you have another one attached here, you would have that happening too. Again, this is not what I would intend on for making a quilt, but I'm just using what I have, the worst of the worst, let's put it that way. So you would make 12 blocks. You would sew them 3 wide by 4 long, so you'd have 3 across and then 4 down, and that would make a little tiny quilt measuring about, where's my piece of paper, about 32 inches wide by 42 and a half inches long. And again, that's just a nice little lap quilt. Now, if you want to make it bigger, you have some options. You could sash each block. I don't like that idea. That's too much work. You could sash each one of these. Oh, and this is going to be trimmed down to like 11 inches. I trimmed this one. And again, you're just going to put your line on a line, and you can count over. For 11, you'd count over 5.5, and then 5.5. You'd trim on those lines where 5.5 is, and you'd turn and do the same. So you want to trim this down to about 11 inches. And you could put sashing or borders or whatever you want to do, even very wide ones if you want to really make it bigger. It's all up to you. Or you can just make more blocks. You can buy 2 of these babies, and you'd have fun with it. So I just wanted to show you this and let you know it goes pretty quick. You can just sit with the pack or whatever charm packs you have or whatever 5-inch squares you want to cut. You can cut your own. You really can. And just figure out which ones you like in the centers, and then which ones are going to be these little secondary prints in the center of the bigger ones. I hope that this gives you some ideas. Of course, you can always buy the charm pack and do whatever you want with it. This is just, again, to give you an idea. Now, I did do another video, and I can't remember the block, but it was using only 5-inch squares, and I believe we cut some and we sewed them back together, and I think it's a rectangular. I will have that in the description of this video also, and I'll put it on the end screen so you can check that one out too. And I believe you needed more than 100 squares for that one, though I gave you additional sizes. Right now I just wanted to let you know what you could do with the 100 in the pack. You'd have 4 left over, so it does give you a little bit of a chance to screw up, as you'd have 4 extras, or just cut your own. All right, thank you so much for watching. Please wait for the little slideshow coming up. Please go check out the eBay listing. I have 7 at the time that I'm recording this and uploading it. And sometimes they sell out quick, sometimes they last a few days. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with more soon. Bye. And no, don't look at these prints.